You're listening to the Social Selling Simplified podcast. Stick around if you too are obsessed with learning things that actually work and believe that success leaves clues. We're all about identifying results-producing roadmaps and getting super clear on how to scale and grow your online business. From part-timer to president, social selling expert Ashley Shaw will help you connect the dots and take the guesswork out of what works to grow a social selling empire. It's time to hear from social selling legends, listen in on truthful conversations, and learn the best tips and tricks to reduce the marketing overwhelm so you can build the social selling business of your dreams. If you're ready to go all in, no holding back, and build the business you've always wanted, you're in the right place. Here's your host, educator, social selling guru, and fitness industry OG, Ashley Shaw.
Hey, it's Ashley Shaw again, founder of The Authentic Marketing Funnel and founder of Business Bootcamp for Fitness Coaches and creator of the Social Selling Simplified podcast. It's great to have you join me for part 4 of my 4-part series, the 4-part Consistent Paycheck Formula. In this episode, I'm going to outline the breakdown for you so you can click one button and generate multiple sales in one go and ensure you understand how you can stop cold messaging people and feeling burnt out. Now, if you've ever been confused about how to grow your business when cold messaging 100 people per day doesn't feel sustainable, or you don't know how to get more customers consistently, this episode is for you. Now, maybe you're a fitness or nutrition coach and you don't have a system to get multiple customers buying at the same time, or you're selling a product in the health and fitness niche and you have no idea how to grow your business to 4 to 5 figure paychecks. In this episode, I'll show you how coaches like you and me can build a consistent paycheck and learn an exact blueprint to putting this system in place. Now, in episode 1, we talked about the actual purpose of social media and why you need to be driving people towards a lead magnet. Then in episode 2, we covered how to build trust and authority with a lead magnet because anyone that's going to buy from you needs to trust that you're an expert. Then in episode 3, we covered why you need a free Facebook group and how it eliminates guessing so you're never wondering what to say to convert people and it becomes a trust building machine. If you haven't heard those episodes, go back and listen to them now and then come back to this one. Now, today I'm going to build on what we already discussed by giving you a breakdown of the exact steps you need to take in order to be able to click a button and generate multiple sales in one go and ensure you understand how you can stop cold messaging and burning yourself out. By the end of this episode, you'll have so much clarity about how to scale up your business and what you've been missing in your strategy, and you'll see how everything fits together. I'm also going to share how to use email to make the most interested people raise their hands so you're never chasing people that aren't interested and you're never wasting time on prospects that are going to say no. And only ever are you having conversations with those that are actually interested in buying. Once you use this, you'll never wonder again, how do I actually grow this business to 4 to 5 figure paychecks? It will all make sense. So this will help you break free of that frustration of spending time in areas that don't make a difference. And this is key in helping you find ready to buy customers so you can build a consistent business. We've got tons to cover today, so make sure you got a pen and paper ready so you can take notes and follow along. Now, anytime you're trying to build a consistent business with consistent income, it can be challenging because in the beginning, you're learning so many things. Things like how to market yourself, how to create content, how to get people to engage with your posts, how to build trust, how to turn those engagers into buyers, and then how to keep that flow of customers consistent. And then you need to know all the tech that goes along with those things when you're working with an online business. So it's definitely not easy. Now, on top of that, even if you have experience with marketing already, you're always looking for what's going to save you the most amount of time and bring in the most amount of revenue. So you don't want to spend precious hours doing things that waste time. You want to find the most effective way to build your income the fastest. And that's why this supercharged email marketing strategy is going to save you not only a ton of time, but this is the exact breakdown you need to get multiple sales flowing in at once. With all that being said, I need to warn you, this can be overwhelming, but once you see how everything connects together, how you build your business and your belief in yourself, it's going to go through the roof. Like your confidence will be so high because these tools are the very tools that 6, 7, 8-figure businesses all use. And these are the tools that every company that, most people work with, if they are part of a network marketing company, they fail to walk you through these. They just tell you to share your story, but that is 100% not enough to make this a financially stable career. And that is why 99% of coaches end up failing. This is why the 1% actually make it and make it big. Let's get into today's training. Part 1 here, we are going to start with how email can 10x your sales and get you multiple conversions going at once. Here is the biggest difference. When you are focusing on cold messaging, it is like you're putting your fishing pole in the water each time and trying to reel up a fish. Now, the problem with that is sometimes you have the wrong bait. Sometimes the fish aren't biting. Sometimes it's the wrong time of the day. It's the wrong hour. You're using the wrong fishing pole. There are so many variables that can go wrong. And that is the same as throwing a social media post out and hoping that you're going to be able to reel in a bunch of fish at once. The difference is when you start using email is like casting a net and being able to have a whole bunch of fish that are swimming within that net that you can pull up all at once. Email is different because as you start collecting emails and adding people to your email list, you can send one email and get multiple people respond that are interested. And you think about it, when you write a social media post versus when you write an email, they actually take about the same amount of time. Wouldn't it be crazy if all you had to do is send one email a week and you could 10x, even 100x your sales? Email is absolutely the fastest way to grow your business. And if I give you guys an example here, a couple years into my business and a couple years into building an email list, I had about 26,000 people on my email list at that time. When I would send an email, I could generate $26,000 from email in 1 month. 4 emails, $26,000, and I had 26,000 people on my email list. What that tells me is that every person that you add to your email list is worth something. Now, stats actually say that each person you add is worth $5 per email. That's from Jenna Kutcher. But the thing is, the stats and the metrics don't lie. When you have people on an email list, you can monetize that email list. So if you do not have an email list, and this is the one thing that you take away from this episode today, start an email list. It is so worth your while. And for the amount of effort that you put into an email, which is the exact same effort to write a social media post, you can just have so much more leverage and a huge time savings for the amount of effort that you are currently putting in now if you were only relying on social media. Step number 2 here, the 4 types of emails that you actually need to be sending each month to generate sales. This can be tricky, right? Because maybe you are somebody that has an email list, but you're not consistent with your emails because you're like, I don't know what to even talk to these people about. And I am just throwing stuff out there. It's very generic. It's just telling them what I've done this week. I'm really not sure how to do this. If that is you, this tip is for you. There are 4 types of email that you need to send each month. The first one is called a challenge email. This is where you take a challenge that your ideal customer is facing and you talk about that challenge. Usually in every fitness, wellness, nutrition, health-related business, you have a product that you are ultimately wanting to sell. So your challenge email is going to talk about the challenge that that person is facing. So let's say you were selling something around, let's say, gut health. That email that you would send that month would be talking about the challenge. It could be, for example, of somebody that is always focusing on exercise But the real problem actually lies in their gut. And that's why they can't lose weight. So that email sort of is like removing this limiting belief that they have that they're thinking, oh, I just got to work out and I will lose weight. That is your challenge email. And you're going to talk all about that and tell them there's more coming, and you're going to teach them what they need to know to actually solve this problem once and for all.
Hey, Coach, I finally have something that I've been dreaming of providing for you. I know that you definitely didn't start this business because you really felt like pestering your friends and family and getting ghosted by everyone. Chasing people down or having to follow up with them is definitely hard work, and it can feel so awkward and uncomfortable for everyone involved. But your upline probably told you that this is what successful people do, and they didn't mention to you that unless you're this superstar salesperson right off the bat, you're going to struggle forever if you keep doing it that old school way. 99% of coaches quit because they suddenly declare themselves this expert online and then go back and ask everyone who knew them to just start buying from them when they just started working out last week. And this problem applies to all network marketers, not just coaches. But the 1% that actually succeed have made it because they've caught on to a different system that's been proven to work. And it's just something that nobody really talks about. It's all about taking some simple steps to position yourself as an influencer first. So soon, instead of asking people to talk to you, you'll attract ideal customers who are already excited to learn from you and buy from you. They'll know exactly what you're about and how you can help them. Go to ashleyshaw.ca/FYourUpline to learn more and see exactly what I'm talking about. You don't have to hunt people down and make them talk to you in order to get your bills paid for the rest of your life. Check out my short book called F What Your Upline Said and get an entirely different approach that will feel much more organic and authentic. That's ashleyshaw.ca/FYourUpline. I'm so excited for you to start implementing these 4 simple changes in your business and see how it absolutely transforms how you feel about your business and the results that you're able to get.
The next email that you're going to send a week later is called an expand email. So an expand email is telling them that once this problem is removed, like once this belief that, oh, I only need to focus on workouts to lose weight, once it's removed, it's like the expanding on the idea of what will actually happen. Like picture this, you're putting on clothes and they're like, they fit so well. They haven't fit that well in like 5 years. And you're all of a sudden not tired. You don't have that energy slump anymore. You're not reaching for coffee in the middle of the day. And you're talking about all these things that are happening for them. And that is what happens when you remove this problem and you are giving them the solution. So once they start focusing on their gut health, these are all the things that can happen. Next email from there, again, sent a week later, is your FAQ and testimonial email. In this email, you're going to be talking about how, there is this program that is absolutely like changing people's lives. And some of the results that they're getting look like this. So you can include your testimonials. Pictures are great. Written word of what people are saying about the program and about you are great. This is a great place to brag about what this program is delivering to people and what people might be saying about you. All those things go in this email. And then the final email is called the call to action email. So this is where you are just being very direct about what program it is that you are launching and that they need to get in right now before it closes. And that is your call to action email. Now, these are the 4 types of email that you need to send if you want to drive sales. And there are other emails, obviously, that you can send. But if you want to increase your income, these are the 4 you need to get really, really consistent with. And every time your product changes or you're selling something different, which we all are, right? Like you always should be, even if it's just putting a new angle on something that you are already selling, that is still an opportunity to use these 4 types of emails, because the challenge email is always going to be something a bit different. You're going to knock down a different limiting belief. This series has been life-changing in my business when I've used it, and we use it all the time. Now, we're going to move into step number 3. Which tools are essential and worth the spend for email and which aren't. So first of all, you need an email service provider. You cannot use Gmail to just send your emails. There's a lot of reasons behind this, but the biggest reason is that you will never be able to see your stats, what percentage is your open rate, and how many people are clicking through to actually look at your offer. So definitely get an email service provider. And there's a couple you can use, like MailChimp would be an example of one. That one is free up until a certain point. My personal favorite is ConvertKit. I use ConvertKit for a long time. I love how visual it is. When you're, getting into more complicated things like building out automations and things like that, that is my personal favorite. I would definitely be using ConvertKit. There is one called Flowdesk that I have heard people using as well. That could be an option. I would go with the one that is easiest for you to navigate because tech can be complicated sometimes. So it's really important that you feel that the interface you're using is easy to use. So definitely worth the spend. Pick an email service provider. The next thing that you're going to want to do is you are going to want to use something called a countdown timer. Now, this is something that you insert into your emails and it's really visual. You've definitely seen them before in emails where they have this thing that is counting down before a program is closing or something like that. I would only use that in your, call to action email or your FAQ or testimonial email when there's less than 7 days left for them to get started. I use something called Motion Mail. That is definitely worth the spend to have a countdown timer. Now, some email service providers might have something built in where you can use a countdown timer. It's just really effective at providing and creating urgency. So that's why I really like it and I would definitely use one. The next thing that I love using are GIFs. Now, GIFs are free and you can insert them into your emails. For me, I'm very visual, so I love to have a GIF explaining, a bit of what's going on. So if you get an email from me, open it up and you'll probably see that there is a Giphy in there. I really like them. I would recommend using them. The one other tool that I like to use is something called Yay Text. Now, this is something that you could use in your email subject lines. It really helps the email stand out because it's a certain type of text or font that actually looks different in the subject line. I also like to use some emojis in there. Obviously, these tools I'm talking about are all free, but I want to mention them because I love using them. They help emails stand out, and I think they're essential. I think it's really important to be able to have your email stand out in the inbox, right? So those are some tools that you definitely want to be using. The other thing that you can do is automate your emails. Now, if you haven't heard this term before, all it means is that you can set them up to send at a specific time. So what we do inside the Authentic Marketing Funnel is we teach our members how to set up emails. So at the beginning of the month, you can get everything set up and then it just goes and you don't have to touch it until next month. So I'm really a fan of that. I like to batch things like that so I don't have to think about them. Step number 4 here is how do you actually get people on your email list without spamming them? The way that we teach our members how to do this is we have 3 tools we use. We have our social media strategy, we have a lead magnet, and we have a Facebook group. The purpose of social media is to drive people to get on your email list. How you do that is you create a very valuable, jam-packed full of great tips and tricks and time savings, and it's just so valuable. People can't believe it's free. This is your lead magnet. So when you use social media, you drive people towards that lead magnet. And in order to get the lead magnet, they have to opt in with their email address. Now, just as a side note, a lot of email service providers will allow you to build a one-page, I'll call it a website, but a one-page little website that you can create an opt-in. And then when people opt in, the freebie can be sent to them directly. So this, again, it's another thing that we cover in the Authentic Marketing Funnel, how to set this up. It is very easy and it can be done with your email service provider. So at this point, you may not need a website, but your email service provider can provide that little opt-in page. And then you're going to take that URL and be able to use it in your social media posts. Okay, the other way that you're going to drive people to your email list is when you set up your free Facebook group, which is really important to build trust and value and separate the people. You don't want to be posting on your personal Facebook page, as we talked about, with all these videos and things about, fitness and health. Like, it can get spammy. You want to be directing people into your free group. When they join your free group, you can collect an email on the way in and let them know that you're going to send them your lead magnet. You don't call it a lead magnet. Obviously, it's going to have its own title, but that is another way to drive email. So that's a really good way to collect emails on your email list. And that's why a Facebook group is really great to include in your process as well. Let's do a quick recap of what we've learned today. The 4 simple steps to supercharge your sales email marketing strategy. The first one is how email can 10x your sales and get you multiple conversions at once. The 4 types of emails you need to send each month to generate sales, which tools are worth the spend for email and which aren't, and how do you get people on your email list without spamming them. So isn't it inspiring to see how all of this fits together? The social media strategy, driving towards the lead magnet, your Facebook group being a part of that strategy as well, driving emails in, and then your email marketing strategy, which is working for you. It's like constantly converting people into sales. And most importantly, doesn't it feel good knowing exactly what you should focus on to actually grow your business? Now, regardless of where you are in your journey, do you see how this clarity will help you build a consistent income faster and easier than ever before? Now that you've got those wheels turning, I definitely want to hear from you guys. I know you picked up a lot of ideas from this episode, and now's the time to get started. So let me know in the comments what your first step will be. And if you found this episode super helpful, definitely other people, other coaches, other people out there will find it helpful too. So make sure that you share this episode. Now, in the last episode, I'm going to show you how to implement what you've learned today and learn how the system works 10 times better than cold messaging and social media alone. So if you're a fitness or nutrition coach, this lays out the exact plan so you can become financially independent and grow a consistent income. And if you're selling a product in the health and fitness niche, you'll build on what you've already created by following specific steps designed to get you past what's holding you back so you can get on track and reach your goals. In the next episode, we'll talk more about the Authentic Marketing Funnel and how this program pulls everything together for you and how you can join. So if you're interested in moving forward and want to know how, you'll want to join me in the next episode where I lay it all out for you. But for now, I want to leave you with this. Just by taking part in this mini training, you're already closer to knowing how to build a consistent income from your coaching business. Think about episode 1, where we talked about the actual purpose of social media and why we need to be driving people to a lead magnet. Then in episode 2, we covered how to build trust and authority with a lead magnet, because anyone that's going to buy from you needs to trust you first. And that's huge. Knowing this will continue to pay off from now and into the future. Then in episode 3, we covered why you need a Facebook group and how it eliminates guessing so you're never wondering what to say to convert people. And it's a trust building machine. And today you got the complete breakdown of the exact steps you need to take to be able to click one button and generate multiple sales in one go, and ensure you understand how you can stop cold messaging people and burning yourself out. No matter what you're selling, this literally works for every niche. Isn't it easier knowing every step along the way? And to make it even better, we cut to the chase so you know exactly what gives you bigger, faster results and with less demand on you. In just a few days, you've learned so much about how to build a solid income. And in the next episode, I'll share the next step on your journey. I'm so excited for what's in store for you. See you right back here for a full summary of the steps to take next.
Thanks for taking the time to level up today. If you're ready to commit to personal and professional growth, move forward, make money, and grow your health and fitness business, head to my free community on Facebook, Business Bootcamp for Fitness Coaches, so I can support you every step along the way. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and we'll see you right back here next week on Social Selling Simplified.